Kia ora, today I'm taking a look at the second LEGO Star Wars 25th anniversary set that has released so far in 2024. This is set 75379 R2-D2, which released on March 1st for 100 USD, but for some reason 220 NZD. Wait, stop. Why? 100 USD, which seems like a fine price to me really, is 160 NZD once it's been converted. Now usually sets are priced maybe 10, sometimes $20 more than that US price conversion. That's it. That's the max that they go to. So I really want to know why the set is costing NZ and Australia significantly more than the US audience. I suppose in hindsight this is karma for celebrating the fact that we do get to spend a lot less on the extra here. Now I'm lucky that I did find it for 180 NZD, but I shouldn't really be celebrating a 180 NZD price tag either. The set overview here is a smaller sized model of a brick-built R2-D2 complete with a minifigure of both the famous astromech and a desired character from gaming. Interesting. Now why does this LEGO R2-D2 exist? It's a good question because the other UCS R2-D2, and that's UCS in quotations mind you, is still available and actually on shelves for an even worse egregious price of 400 NZD. It's one of the worst offenders when the new prices came in a few years back. I eventually came to hate that set because I'd already heard all the issues that plagued that model with some loose connections and some awkward handling, so to be priced at almost half a grand NZ, get real. Then I heard that they were releasing this beauty. It's a downscaled model that fits more in line with the other brick-built models that I happen to have, and the set will also feature an exclusive anniversary figure. Best of all, it's a gaming minifigure. It's a bold move on LEGO to completely kill their own competing set, but we'll see if it works out for them. R2 is an exceptionally detailed model here, despite coming in at half the size and piece count as the previous release. That head has full rotation here, which is one of the key characteristics that you need to get right when adapting R2-D2. Ironic then that the minifigure actually can't do this. The head is built like a brick-built BB-8, the base is in the middle, and there are panels built on the outside for the wall sections. Cool little details like some translucent pieces for various flashing lights and some sticker details as well. Another highlight is the printed dome element that's on top of his head. Thankfully that's not a sticker because lining up big detail things like this is a nightmare for me to be doing. Moving on down to the torso, for me this is where the real highlight of the build was overall. I love the grille details here and the overall shaping works well for me. The stickers are nice to see here because of the size. It meant that these being brick-built details would be a bit too tough of a task, but unfortunately the white on the stickers doesn't match the white on the bricks. This could be avoided if you just printed the details on the expensive toy instead, mind you. The legs are also really key in their details here, with lots of really nice hidden features that felt very reminiscent like the UCS Falcon or the other brick-built figures that I've built over the years. I love the use of the whips at the feet there and the gold bars that are placed here in silver. He also has some nice details on his side panels here, which are the same design but just flipped. It's pretty simple here actually. R2's third leg is fully removable from the model and he can stand supported without that extra limb. It's really cool to see functions like this, and again, it's ironic that the minifigure of R2 has never had the third leg included before. Other extras for R2 come in the form of these extra arm inclusions. They appear as though they come out of the panels on the torso here, and also his antennae. I believe the $400 set actually does have these as panel accessories, whereas in the smaller model, they're just simply additional inclusions. You remove that front panel from the chest, and now you can easily apply those extra arms. I'm impressed with the inclusions here because I'm surprised they bothered to include additional panels rather than just tell you to use the ones that have already been provided. The antenna just sits on top of his head like this. It's nice overall. He also has the flat parts underneath his feet, which means that you can have him sliding around on your display if you want to. This is R2-D2. I feel like he's the standard astromech figure that we all have surely by now. He's got some back detailing, which is really nice to see. That means that he's one of the better figures of R2, that's for sure, but besides that, he is just the standard astromech figure released in previous sets. His big contribution here is the plaque display that he comes with, which features a slot that has been specifically designed for him to stand on. The plaque this time is actually really great, appearing as a printed piece rather than a giant sticker. I'm really surprised and thankful for this. Thankful because massive stickers, in my opinion, are worse than dealing with tiny ones. I'm surprised here because I thought LEGO had a thing against printing details that can only be used in one set. This here is Darth Malak. The release of this figure is insane to me, and a very controversial one at that. He is based on the Old Republic video games. It's been some years since we had LEGO Star Wars minifigures based on the video game lines. He's a very highly desired figure, and a lot of people are mad that LEGO have released him in another brick-built R2-D2 set. I do understand the frustrations there, and I do wish he was made more readily available and for less money for those who don't want to miss out on him. The figure is exceptional in his details, and he even includes his own specially molded mouthguard element, which I think the set even included a spare, printing underneath his mask and on the back of the torso as well. The real issue with these Old Republic and Knights of the Old Republic figures is that they have all been excruciatingly tough to get in the aftermarket. All of those who started collecting the Revan and the Malgus figures all those years ago, your patience is finally paying off. Malak also comes on a cool display stand with a printed tile that reads 25 years of LEGO Star Wars. He is the second anniversary figure to release so far in the year. Box features R2-D2 on Tatooine, Malak is here in the lower corner, and then R2 is there on the other side. Just let that price tag sink in for a second. The side of the box here features Malak on the spine, which is different to the Tantive set with 5s, he just wasn't featured on the spine of that set. The back of our box has R2 on the Death Star, and we have an image here also of his extras and those inclusions. The instructions are pretty standard here. We have an image at the back of the set, all complete with the figures standing out front, and the other side has reference images of R2-D2 from the movie, and it has an image of the very LEGO model that you have just now completed. The inventory list closes out our set review. I really like the LEGO R2-D2 here, but it's not without its issues. I think that the size change here is really nice, and those little details did make for an engaging build, and it's listed at half the price of the original. Now that said, this still feels like a lot for what's actually on offer. There are always more egregiously priced sets out there, of course. That is at the end of the day just what LEGO collecting has become. The inclusion of the special minifigure works really well for me. I feel like this is the best kind of exclusive figure to get here. Exclusive minifigures should never be highly requested character leads, but instead more beloved deep cut characters. If the rumors of the other figures to release are true, however, I may need to change my tune on that, but more on that in the future. This is a good set, one that I would, as always, recommend on a sale price. If you enjoyed this review of a LEGO Star Wars Anniversary set, liking this video and subscribing to the channel does help to support us in making more videos like this one. Ka kite anō, I hope to see you in the next video.